The supporting cast makes the movie. So often in society, we place so much focus on the main attraction. But when the main attraction is truly a main attraction, how often do they fail to deliver? Now think about it. Think about your favorite movie. You look at who directed the movie. Like I'm gonna go with Django, one of my favorite movies. You go legendary director, Quentin Tarantino. Then you go legendary actors. You go Jamie Foxx, the most talented man alive. You go Leo DiCaprio. And then you even have like your Kerry Washingtons of the world. You have the Dr. Schultz, whoever he was. You have the random, was it Jonah Hill side? Like you have all these other little pieces, right? That support Leo and support Jamie because we know they're going to be great. But in order for the movie to be great, the director has to be great. The production has to be great. The supporting cast has to be great, right? Now think about a movie by one of your favorite actors, right? Or actresses. It could be a great movie to you. Or excuse me. They can do a great job in the movie, but the movie's not what you want it to be and you go, well, damn. Jamie carried his weight. Leo carried his weight. Will carried his weight. Insert your favorite actor. Carried their weight. Ryan Gosling, hell, I don't know who y'all listen to, who y'all watch. I'm not a movie guy. But the movie just wasn't it. And it's not the actor's fault because they did what they were supposed to do. And maybe we hold it against the actor when it comes to the award season. But in our general conversations, we don't hold that against them because we understood they did what they were supposed to do. Now, I want to bring that same conversation, right, to basketball. Because so often we want to blame the star player for the team's lack of success. But they give us what we expect night in and night out, game in and game out, year in and year out. But then we point at them when the team doesn't succeed, and you go, hold on. Do we have the right coach? Do we have the right co-star? Do we have the right GM? You know, and don't get me wrong, there are multiple ways to get this done, right? Because I think about some of the hood classics, right? Movies that we absolutely love. And you look at the people in it, you go, wow, that was him before his time. Like look at something like Boomerang, right? Eddie Murphy had some heavy hitters in that movie, but they weren't necessarily hitting as heavy as they could in that moment. Like look at who Chris Rock was in that movie. He was the male boy. But then when you look back at the entire movie, you go, oh, dang, man, that was a budding superstar there, another budding superstar, another budding superstar. And again, that's like a team. Sometimes you make a movie and you have the megastar, Eddie Murphy, right? LeBron James. And then you surround that superstar with other superstars, like a Harlem Nights, right? You got Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Della Reese, hell, Charlie Murphy. You know, Charlie Murphy was had a very, very low key role. Arsenio Hall. You have all these heavy hitters in the movie, and there goes your super team. There goes your super team. Where there's so much talent here, we can't fail. But then you have a movie like The Revenant, and you got Leo. And that's about it. But everything around Leo was set up for Leo to be successful and for him to get that Academy Award that he's been wanting forever. He finally got his Oscar, right? He finally got his ring. And that's when you look at like a 2011 Dirk Nowitzki, right? You look at a 2021 possible Giannis, a 2019 Kawhi, right? Where it's like, all the stuff around here is not necessarily the way we'd like to put it. It goes against the norm of what everyone's looking for as far as a consumer, but it had what was needed in order to make the great movie, to get the ring, to get the award. And I think we should look at basketball that way, because no matter what is around the greats deliver. They're going to give us exactly what we want from them, but the supporting cast is what matters. The coach, the GM, the supporting players. And again, there's multiple ways to do it. You can have a lot of stars, or you can have stars and great support. But at the end of the day, the support is what makes the champion. Just think about this right here. Right? Look at the difference between LeBron in 2015 and LeBron in 2016. There are some who will blame LeBron for not winning the championship in 2015, even though he was up on the Warriors. But look at his supporting cast. Kyrie Irving was gone. Kevin Love was hurt. He was gone as well. So he didn't have his two biggest guns with him in the finals, and the team was built to be top heavy, and they couldn't be top heavy, so they lost. They returned 2016, and what do? They win the championship. But if you look at LeBron's production, his production in 2015-16 playoffs, he averaged, 2014-15 playoffs, sorry. He averaged 30 a game in the playoffs. In the 15-16 playoffs, he averaged 26. Why? He wasn't even as great, quote unquote, by the numbers as far as points go, but he had the right supporting cast around him to win. And so often, we want to put the onus on the superstar, but the superstar delivers. But the supporting cast makes the movie. Look at Steph Curry. Since Steph Curry hit his stride, he's been one of the best players in the NBA. He's won 3 championships. He's been in 4. And then all of a sudden, he loses Clay. He loses Kevin Durant. And what happens? They missed the playoffs. Steph Curry had an MVP caliber season this past year. He ranked in the MVP voting, and he missed the playoffs. He got put out in the play-in. Why? Because his supporting cast wasn't there. Steph probably had his best season of his career this past year, but the team's success wasn't there. Why? Because he didn't have the right supporting cast. Think about Kobe Bryant. We love Kobe. R.I.P. to a legend. How different was Kobe with Shaq? Kobe without Shaq than Kobe with Pau. Now, we can look at the numbers. If y'all want to look at the numbers, I can pull them up for you. Let's see. His last season with Shaq was the 03-04 season. And I'm just pulling up. We're looking at a regular season. Here we go. He was 24 game that year. No Shaq, 04-05, 27. 05-06, 35. 31, 06-07, 31. 08-09, 07-08, 28. Powell shows up late 08-09. He's at 26.8. 27 the next year with Powell, 2 championships. Then he starts to get old, drops off to 25, 2011, 2012, 28. But anyways, the production is still high, right? The production is still high, but it does not matter because the supporting cast was not right around him. He finally got Phil back. He got Powell back another start, and he got Derek Fisher back, his Pippen, in order to get back to the promised land. And there are countless players I can pull this up for. You can look at the Kevin Durant piece. When Kevin Durant was in Golden State, when Kevin Durant was in Brooklyn, when Kevin Durant was in OKC, his scoring has been consistent. He's consistently 27 points per game over his career. But the championships came when he had the best team around him. Devin Booker, his production from last year to this year, same, 24 a game. But guess what? He has the correct pieces around him to enable winning. So we look at Giannis right now. And Giannis has had back-to-back 40-point games. He's had back-to-back 40 and 10 games. He's operating on a on a Hall of Fame, a Mount Rushmore, a Pantheon, Pantheon, top of the league, top ever, like real deal top 10, top 15 type NBA player ever production right now. But what was the difference between game 2 and game 3? Drew Holiday showed up. So here's my challenge to you. Don't be so quick to knock the player, the star player, the superstar player when their team doesn't deliver. Because more times than not, it's the supporting cast inability to show up and show out in those big moments, in the moments when they're needed, when the moments where they would do it any other day in the regular season, but apparently they can't do it in the playoffs. And then we hold it against them. Think about Chris Paul. We talk about, oh, Chris Paul, he can never be the point guard because he doesn't have a ring, this, that, and the third. And it's like, now he gets hurt in the playoffs. He does. And sometimes he makes a mistake. Every great player has made a major mistake in the playoffs and resulted in their team leaving earlier than we would like. But when has Chris Paul been supported with the right players in order to help him win a championship? Maybe one of those Clippers teams, but I never thought those Clippers teams could win a championship because they lacked a wing scorer. And you need somebody who can score from the perimeter, score from the wing in order to win a championship in the NBA. Just go down the list of NBA champions, go down the list, and tell me how many of those teams could not get wing scoring. There's not many.